a couple of mutual friends. One of them is one of my predators. Um, the lady here, her name is Ray, and she is a friend of Natalie Bollingers. She knew about Natalie's upbringing. She didn't know about any of the abuse that I was taking. The thing is that she had contacted me about that. That's why she had originally sent me messages. But she spoke with me today, just now. Um, Hopefully this was able to record it. She doesn't have much time. It's not that I didn't try. It's not that people didn't offer to help. It's that there's no time. They don't have time. They're constantly running around in circles. The people who could advocate for me the best aren't having any luck with doing so for their own special needs children. How much help are they going to be to me? The thing is that my friends and family can't afford to take time off to do the things that I need. They are able to take time off. Most of them are strung out on drugs or alcohol. Anyway, Ray talked to me and she was nice to me. But her kids were getting off the bus and she didn't have much time. Them not having time is far different than me not trying to get help. Kind of like Brandon Ratner coming to get me in the middle of a snowstorm while I was told I could go get my computer from the Broomfield Sheriff's Department. And I went down there to get it. I went to the Broomfield Police Department instead on accident. Blizzard started while I was out there freezing my Royal Rastafarian nays off. Had no running vehicle. Brandon Ratner came to get me. I was trying to fill him in on what was going on, but he did what everybody does. He talked over me. He did those horrible things you're not supposed to do. The things that when a victim comes to you for help, they need you to believe them, and that wasn't a problem. But they need you to listen to them. When you say you believe them and you don't let them speak, what do you believe? And then you make suggestions, and those show that you have different beliefs. You don't have any clue what's going on. When you tell the victim that you understand them, no, that is always the wrong thing to say. Vicky Rain claimed that she understood. And then she literally did everything that she promised me she would not do. And it has cost me dearly. See, when we try to get help, this is what we have to go through. The cops send us to Tillamook Family Counseling Center. Tillamook Family Counseling Center says it's not their job. Sends us to Tides of Change. Tides of Change says it's not their job. I got to go to CARE. CARE says it's not their job. I got to go to the cops. The cops say I got to go to Tides of Change. Tides of Change tells me I got to go to the cops. The cops tell me I got to go to CARE. CARE tells me I got to go to the cops. CARE tells me I got to go to Tides of Change. CARE tells me I got to go to Tillamook Family Counseling Center. Tillamook Family Counseling Center tells me I got to go to the cops. The cops tell me I got to go to Tillamook Family Counseling Center. Tillamook Family Counseling Center tells me I got to go to APS, CPS. And I got to do all this in public. I got to give out people's private information in public. That's what I have to do to turn this shit in. I have to give out your personal information in public. That's what you guys aren't understanding because you're too busy. I understand having special needs children, but also understand that I'm a special needs adult without somebody like you. I'm also trying to get people like you to work together. You special needs parents are all we have to speak up for us. And your excuses for not speaking up for the other victims is that you're so entwined in just your offspring. You're not helping to lend a voice to the other people who are going through this. You guys, how many of you have gotten onto these groups? Frustrated, nowhere else to turn. You've been blown off by everybody. And you go to one of these groups and you tell your story there and you get some likes and some people telling you what to do, just like anywhere else. And then these people, you also have the scammers that really prey on those groups. They will get in there. You even get tarot card readers that get on there and like, hey man, if you send me some money, I'll do you your first tarot card reading for free. And then we'll go from there. Like, are you serious? You're going to get onto sites where people are begging for help. You're going to pretend to be a lawyer who's done stuff nationwide. And then you're going to speak a bunch of twat job bullshit to these poor women. What the hell is that about? Then you got 20 or 30 of primarily women, but men as well, posting up in these groups. If a man posts up, you get to see that a lot of people get on there and they're just viciously mean because he's a man. Some of them are supportive, or they say they're sorry. Doesn't get much beyond that. Or they do the same thing that these services do. That's what these homeless people do. They say none of these services will do a goddamn thing. Oh, but you have to go to this service and that service and this service and that service. They all know where to go too. They've all been told to go to these places too. And these places all make excuses when you're homeless to do nothing. This is not okay. I literally cannot turn in crimes that are committed against me in this town. And because nothing has been done about any of the crimes committed against me in this town, I have nowhere to go, and I am now stranded in this town with all of my resources being eaten up in a town where I am victimized every day just because I exist here. The fact that I have to look over my shoulder and cannot function because I am forced to do things that need to be done in private, but I am forced into public. I am forced into this. Ray spoke a little bit about how fucked up Natalie's situation was growing up. I know. Ray didn't know anything about this stuff, even though she sent me a friend request a long time ago. Now, obviously, I haven't released her number or any of that crazy shit. I don't go posting up a whole bunch of pictures of her kids and trying to ask people to do horrible shit to them or anything like that. I threatened 2 people total. That would be Ted Bollinger I had threatened, and that was in April of 2018. That was after my grandmother's funeral. And then there was August of 2018. Ray had already been on my friends list and had been in contact with me for a while by then. But the call that I just had with her, it showed that she didn't even know that Lopez had been convicted. Now, there are people that I verified absolutely were Natalie Bollinger's friends. Bobby Forrest is still friends with Natalie Bollinger on Facebook, but you know what? There's a lot of evidence on her Facebook that he's got access to because he's friends with her. But he's also blackballing me. He played head games, and you know what? That's the thing, is that I am an at-risk adult, and nobody takes a look at that. They prey on it when they don't want to do their jobs. They prey on it as an excuse not to do their jobs. Every single one of these places, I tell them about the crimes. I don't even get to the part where, of course, I'm trying to give them the numbers and the names of the witnesses. And, of course, because I have to go in alone, I have to do so and record it. And I have to do so as a public recording that is live, just in case they try to pull some bullshit. Like Scott DaCosta did when I was arrested in Sidney, Nebraska, outside of his jurisdiction. I was arrested by Nebraska State Patrol took part in the assault by Scott DaCosta. Of course, they're going to work together to prevent that from coming to light. All they have to do is press false charges on me and call me mentally ill, and it's magically okay. And with all these witnesses, and it still doesn't matter, because all they're going to do is argue about how stuff won't work. It doesn't work if you don't try. Ray has special needs kids, and they are at higher risk of abuse because of the slander against me and the way that the mentally ill tag is being used. And also the standardization and assumption of who it is that's mentally retarded in this country. People have been far more hurtful to me than I ever was to the Bollingers. And do you know why? Because the Bollingers are fucking guilty. Anyway, the lady that I just spoke with, that message right there was from her. This is 6 years after she first wanted to be friends with me. So yeah, there's some messages between us. There's also me being mean. I certainly have been. Please come forward. Please listen. Please make the time. Please help stop it. But what do people say? Oh, I hope it gets better. I hope you feel better.